via YouTube streaming and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming. Sound techniques for dropping the mind. Mind means conditioning, the society, the religious beliefs and other beliefs. All these deprive you of inner serenity. Various techniques are there, but at the moment I am explaining these sound techniques to drop the mind. There are 3 sutras in this category. The first is intone a sound audibly, then less and less audibly as feeling deepens into this silent harmony. With mouth slightly open, the second, with mouth slightly open, keep mind in the middle of the tongue or as breath comes silently in, feel the sound ha, ha or hu, hu. The third, center on the sound Om without any A or M. 3 syllables, 3 letters, A, U and M. Center on the sound Om without any A or M. As we go on, I'll explain this further. First of all, Tantra divides life into 2 dimensions, not divides, explains there are 2 dimensions of life. One is the world, the sansar, the other is the ultimate moksha. The world or the first dimension is visible, the other, the moksha, the liberation, the ultimate, it is hidden, yet it can become manifest. But there is no contradiction between the 2. Just as there is a coin that has 2 sides, you are facing one side, the other side is hidden from you, but it can manifest, it can become visible to you. But there is no contradiction between head and tail. Both stay together. The hidden is just here and now in the world. Of course, unknown to you, but non-existence, it is there. You are facing the head. Where is the tail? It is right there. It is now and here in the world. Of course, it is unknown, invisible to you. It is hidden, but it is there. You cannot say that tail is not there. The ultimate and immediate are not 2 things. Instead, 2 dimensions of the existence. Coin is an existence. It has 2 dimensions, head and tail. You cannot see the 2 sides simultaneously at the same time. You can see either of the 2. If your focus is on head, you will see the head, but tail is right there, here and now. But it is hidden and invisible to you. but it can become visible to you, manifest to you. So as far as Tantra is concerned, the reality is concerned, there is no duality. One appears as one appears as two because of our limitations, because we cannot see the whole. That is why one appears, because there is a limitation. You cannot see the head and tail simultaneously. You cannot see the whole. You can only imagine that coin carries the two sides, head and tail. If life is a coin, it has two sides. The visible, the world, and the other invisible, liberation or moksha, the ultimate. It is hidden. One appears as two because of our limitations, because we cannot see the whole. The moment we can see whole, one appears as one. You are divided because you can see only one thing. But Buddha is not divided. He can see the life in totality. The division is not in reality, but it is the outcome of the limited knowledge. That which we know is sansar or the world. That which is unknown but which can be known is the ultimate moksha or liberation, the transcendental, the ultimate, the absolute. For other traditions, there is a conflict between the two. But this conflict does not exist in Tantra. No conflict. This has to be understood very deeply in the mind and in the heart, both. Unless this is understood deeply, you will never be able to understand the point of view of Tantra. And whatsoever is your belief, that belief is of duality. Whether you are a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu or a Jain, your belief is of duality, of conflict. The world appears to be something which is contradictory, which is against the divine, the ultimate. And you have to fight the world to reach the divine. And this is what we are constantly doing. This is the common belief of all the so-called religions, particularly the organized religions. Mind can understand duality very easily. Rather, it can understand only duality because the very function of the mind is to divide. The very function of the mind is to cut the whole into fragments, divides into the head and tail, the coin into head and tail. It divides the life into worldly and the otherworldly. Mind works like a prism, and when a ray of light enters, and when a ray of light passes through the prism, it is divided into 7 colors. This is known as refraction. Mind is a prism. Mind is a prism, and the reality is divided through it. The reality is the light that passes through the prism of the mind, and it gets divided. That is why mind reveals in analysis. It goes on dividing things into fragments, and it can prevent itself unless there is nothing to be divided. Nothing to be divided anymore. So mind has a tendency to reach to the atomic, the lowest division. It goes on dividing until A moment comes when division is not possible anymore. If division is still possible, it will divide. It divide still further. This is the nature of the mind. Mind goes to the fragment, to the minutest fragment, and the reality is whole, not fragments. So a complete reverse process is needed to know that which is real, to know that which is real, a process which is of synthesis, not of analysis. Mind has to move from the process of analysis to synthesis, a process which crystallizes, not which divided, not which divides. For this, no mind is the process that is needed. Tantra denies the divisions and says the whole is whole. The part that we know is the world, and the part that is hidden that we do not know is God, or whatsoever you name it, whatsoever you call it. But the hidden is just here and now, not visible to you, not known to you. You are not aware of it, but it is here now. It is already here. But for you, it will be somewhere in the future. But in existence, it is only here and now. Just as take the example of the coin, you are facing the side of the head. The tail is there, invisible to you. Maybe you know it, but it is not visible to you. Not visible to you. It is there. In order to reach to the other side, tail, it will take time. It will happen in future. But in existence, it is here and now. And you may have to travel to it. You have to attain to the state of no mind, attitude of looking at things, no mind attitude of looking at things. Then it will be revealed to you. You are just standing and the morning sun is rising, but you are standing with your eyes closed, shut. The morning is here and now, but for you it is not here yet. You are still asleep. When you will open your eyes, only then it will become a reality to you, a fact to you. In the existence, the morning exists, but not for you. You are close to it, hidden for it. For you there is only darkness, and the light is invisible, it is hidden. But if you open your eyes, any moment the morning will become visible to you. It will become a fact. It was already a fact. It is already a fact, only you are blind to it. Tantra says that the world is already the divine, but you are blind, so you cannot see divinity in it. So whatsoever you know in your blindness, whatsoever you know in your blindness, in your ignorance, is world. And whatsoever is hidden because of your blindness is divine. A very simple way of explaining this. This is one of the basic tenets, that this world, that this sansar, this world is moksha, this very world is divine, is not somewhere else. This very world is the ultimate. The immediate and ultimate are not two, instead one. The here and there are not two, but one. Because of this insistence, many things become possible for Tantra. Only Tantra can accept anything, and this deep acceptance relaxes you completely. This relaxes you completely. Nothing else can relax you. If there is no division between the world and that, this world and that, if the transcendental is imminent here and now, if matter is just the body of the divine, then nothing is denied, nothing is condemned, and you need not be tense. Even if it may take ages for you to come to realize the divine, there is no hurry for Tantra. It is already there, and time is not lacking. It is eternally here. Whenever you will open your eyes, you will find it. And whatsoever you are already getting is the, and whatsoever you are getting, already getting, is the hidden divine. So Christian attitude of condemnation, of sin, or other religious attitudes is totally false according to Tantra, and absurd. If you condemn something, you become divided inwardly. You cannot divide things only outwardly. If you divide something outwardly, you will be divided in parallel. If you say that the world is wrong, then your body will become wrong, because body is part of the world. If you say this world is something which is an hindrance, an obstruction to reach the ultimate, then your whole life will be condemned and you will feel guilty. Then you cannot enjoy, then you cannot live, then you cannot laugh, then seriousness will become your face. You can be only serious, but you cannot be non-serious. You cannot be playful, and life is playfulness. It has happened to all minds all over the world. They become dead and serious. Through seriousness, they become dead because they cannot accept life as it is. And when you cannot accept life as it is, it becomes difficult. They deny it, and they feel that unless they deny, they cannot reach the world. I'll keep it only up to here, because there is some malfunctioning with the iPad, so I'll have to leave it up to here until we meet again. Take care and do have a pleasant day. Wish you all a happy and holy Diwali, the festival of lights. Until then, take care.